Welcome to HomeKit 5. I'm Josh.
I'm Brayden.
This week we're going to talk about Apple, Onvis, Eve, and Abode. Let's dive into the show. So, Apple did a weird thing on Friday. They just came out and they're like, yeah, we're not going to make the HomePod anymore. It's discontinued. And I think everyone was like, what? What is this? What's happening? I actually did not believe it when I first saw the news. I was a little taken aback, and for some reason they gave an exclusive on this to TechCrunch of all places, not like some Mac specific outlet, which I thought was really bizarre overall. Basically, they came out and said that the HomePod Mini has been a big hit since it came out last fall, and it can do everything that everyone wants it to do for just $99. So I do think, and they basically said they're going to focus on that going forward. So I do think that's a little bit of signaling that their statement says, the HomePod Mini is $99. Like maybe they were having some price struggle, and that's why it never caught on. I do find it weird though, because you look at the AirPods, the AirPods Pro, the AirPods Max, like those things are all like at what I would consider like premium pricing in the audio market, and they've got a lot of different things in here. Like they have the Atmos, they have like you can pair them with the Apple TV to get that Atmos sound. So I just find it really odd that we just got a lot of features and then they're like, yep, nope, we're out.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like you've literally positioned the HomePod Mini
as like a successor to the HomePod, but like a smaller version with that mini
tag.
Yeah.
But now we don't have a full sized.
No, we don't have the big HomePod.
Right.
So.
Are we maybe we'll see a HomePod Max? I don't know. You can't shrug on a podcast.
I know. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that could
be a thing, maybe? I don't know.
I think if they were to come out with a HomePod Max, I feel like that would be like a subwoofer or something. But I think that would only work in the context of like the HomePod Mini, and then you also have the HomePod Max, because the HomePod Mini doesn't really give you that nice bassy sound.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I do think that something that I could see Apple pulling off is like a TV soundbar, right? Like, the Apple soundbar or something like that. And that being just having HDMI out, and it's just got the Apple TV integrated directly into it. It's doing the spatial audio processing in that thing. Like, I could see that coming in at a nice price point, and maybe, they get up more towards that, like between the Arc and the Beam, or maybe just straight go for the Arc. But again, that's something like in the Sonos ecosystem, I can just go buy a subwoofer that like pairs into that thing. I can't do that here. I guess, if they get smarter and I can use the HomePod Minis as like surrounds, that maybe is interesting. I don't know. Like I'm struggling here. This one's weird to me, because I think them just saying like straight discontinuing this, it's just signaling that they're not going to replace it. There's not going to be another HomePod ever, right? Like we don't have Airport Extreme and Airport Express anymore. They were just discontinued and they were gone. Apple's normal way of doing it is like, oh, here's the next generation of it, right? And maybe in the phones we get a numbering system, and in the watches we get a numbering system, and even in the AirPods we're getting numbering systems, right?
Kind of like
with the AirPod 2s.
Yeah, I think that was just everybody trying to differentiate. I don't know if Apple actually came out and said, here's the second gen AirPods.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. This one's weird to me. I was definitely like waiting and giving them time to come out and say, hey, here's a HomePod with a, U1 and Thread chip in it. And like, I'd be on board with that, but that didn't happen. So this was totally not what I was expecting from them.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Onvis. They have come out and said that they are releasing a new light strip. Yeah. So we don't actually know when this comes out, how much it will be, or how long
what the length is. Yeah.
But from the pictures that we do have, it looks pretty standard. It is Wi-Fi.
How does that look standard to you? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know, compared to like other light strips.
Like I legit can't do this with that light strip.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Fair point. Yeah, that's
what's it doing
there? Yeah. So, since we're doing a podcast, it is each of the. I don't know if this goes individually with the LEDs, but there are at least little chunks
zones
like zones of different colors in the light strip.
So to me, this is probably more akin to like the hue gradient strip that you can buy. There are a couple of strips that do this, but I think it's more of a rare capability, and I don't know that HomeKit exposes a way for you to like change the color of a particular zone. So I think with a lot of these you have to use the app directly. But I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. I'm not super sold on Wi-Fi, but we'll be doing a video soon on why I don't love all these Wi-Fi products. So
yeah. Speaking of Wi-Fi alternatives.
Yeah, Thread. Eve is they've announced. I don't know. I feel like they're pushing the forefront with Thread, and it's interesting because a lot of their stuff was Bluetooth before, and I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but you do have Bluetooth limitations with Bluetooth in that it needs to be near a hub, and supposedly. I don't think this is true because I did some testing the other weekend. We put in a new level lock, and like supposedly if you have multiple hubs, it'll use one that's near like the Bluetooth device. But I don't think that's true because like the HomePod Mini down here was like the active hub, and we have an airport or an Apple TV up there near where the lock was, and like it just wasn't responding or picking it up, and I had to like unplug the HomePod Mini down here to get it working. So I think that's to me that's a limitation of Bluetooth, and I don't. It doesn't have to be, but it is. And so like you have Zigbee, you have Thread now, and so Eve has been pushing the frontier with Thread, as has Nanoleaf. And I've been super happy and excited by all this. But they've announced that, their Eve Room's going to be updated to have Thread support, which I think is pretty cool to see. We'll have basically more Thread-aware sensors. And to me, that's going to be amazing, just given the response times and, what I'm seeing there, like how it all works. I'm pretty excited about this one. So I could see plopping these around the house in various spots, or maybe even putting these in bathrooms with the humidity sensor, so you can like wire up the fan on a smart switch or something and auto turn on the fan. Yeah. And then the other one is the Eve Smoke. This one looks like it's Europe only. They don't have any plans to make it in the US, but a smoke detector that would have Thread in it as well, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty interesting to like have that be like a bridge to your Thread network, like kind of extend the range on that.
Yeah, every device like can kind of expand how far your network can reach, which is kind of cool. Speaking of smoke detectors, if you are watching on YouTube, we'll put a link in the description below, but we released a video on the OneLink smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector, and it's all connected. So if you've been curious about that one, you can go watch our video we just put up.
Alrighty. Abode. They have come out with a low-cost smart home camera.
How low cost?
Okay, it is like $30
for a 1080p camera.
For a 1080p Wi-Fi waterproof camera, yeah.
That's an amazing price.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, it's Wi-Fi connected. It looks from the pictures that it is required to be plugged in.
Yeah.
And yeah, but one of the drawbacks is that it is not strictly compatible with HomeKit.
Yeah, it won't show up in HomeKit.
Yeah.
It works in the Abode system, which does work in HomeKit. I don't know. I was super excited when I saw this, and then I saw that someone had talked to the CEO, and he was basically saying they have no plans to put this thing into HomeKit, which was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
I've got to imagine it's hardware capabilities, maybe? Like you're getting that price low enough because you're dropping bits of hardware you might need in order to be able to serve up HomeKit secure video. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, even without like HomeKit secure video, just any HomeKit compatibility would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not a terrible thing. I mean, we're still at that 5 camera limit, and like we're at the 5 camera limit here in the house, so you know, I don't know that I'd buy this anyway, just because we're at that limit. Like, I feel like Apple's like arbitrarily slowing down the market. Like, I'd probably have like 6 or 7 cameras if I could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all we have for this week. Sorry we weren't here last week. We had another COVID scare. I actually had to get the old up-the-nose test. Came back negative, thankfully, and all is well. But still on the lookout for that vaccine. We will hopefully be back next week. We've been on this every other week cadence. And as always, you know, we release these Monday at 2 p.m., and you can find them either on, you know, wherever you find your podcasts. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, because most of you watching, I know, aren't necessarily subscribed. So it would be a big help to us if you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified about this content, hit the bell. And yeah, like I said, we did post that video. Let's see, the last couple of weeks we've had, we did the Nanoleaf A19 bulbs, set up and review, and then we did the Meros garage door opener, and then the Nanoleaf light strip that's back here behind us. So if you watch that one, that's what we did. And then this week was the One Link, and then I think next week's going to be the level lock that we were just talking about, the matte black. Pretty excited about that video. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week.